Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I always say this, but gotta say it again. Another month has come and gone. This is the last day of February, which other years would be the 1st of March, right? But we're in leap year. So this is what I've all colored in the month of February. I have done a lot of Sun Life drawing because I was a co-host for the Sun Life drawing in February color along that I co-hosted with Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven. I'll get that right. So let's look through what I colored this month. We'll go through the Sun Life drawing books first. This is the Color by Number Art Animal Stencils. And I colored this pretty picture. I think this may have been a color and chat, I mean. And I thought that turned out gorgeous. Love the colors that they put together in this color by number picture. Okay, and then we colored out of Coloring Quest. And I colored this because I wanted to experiment around with Sun Life drawings books where they had the squares, and I wanted to do it with how I color in all of my Belba family coloring books where I do the X method. And I think even though these squares are larger, I think that it worked out great in these books too, where the squares are bigger. They're not, of course, quite as detailed as Belba families because their squares are quite a bit smaller, so you get a lot more of the fine details. But I think that actually turned out quite cute. So this book has all different shapes in it. So we do have the squares, but you have triangles, you have the hexagons, octagons, not hexagons. And there I colored one in straight. And then you do have circles. So there are 4 different shapes in these Quest books. Okay, then the Color by Number Animal Stencils book. We colored this as a color and chat also. Again, I really love the colors that they put together in here. I thought that turned out pretty cute. We have Art Animals Color by Number Quest. I did a couple in here. Again, testing out the X method of coloring in the squares. Took me a long time to figure out what the heck this was. It's a very colorful moose. I was coloring and I'm like, what in the world is this thing? Yeah, finally figured it out. And then I also did this one. Again, it took me a long time to figure this out. I believe it is a cobra though. So you can see they do these animals in all bright, fictitious type of colors. They're not realistic colors. Okay, so next was a color and chat that I recently did, and this is out of Animal Mosaic Color by Number. And we did this one. No, I didn't do this as a color and chat, did I? No, I think I colored this on my own. That's not the one, no wonder. It's the next one. And yes, I believe I did do this as a color and chat. Yes, because it's the horse. So yes, I remember doing this. I believe it was a couple of parts long. But yes, love how that came out too. Okay, then the last book that I'm going to show you is the Lines and Dots. Love these kinds of books. So I really went on a binge and I completed this book. So let's just, I'm not going to do it as a separate video. I know most of the time I do a separate video when I do complete a book, but I thought, well, seeing as how I am doing my end of the month video anyhow, I'll just incorporate this into this video. So here we have a dolphin. So you can see some of these are the swirly lines, curvy lines, I guess. Here we have Julius Caesar. I believe this is some watermelons. Yeah, I really wanted to get another book done. A lizard. Albert Einstein. Sunflower. Cheshire Cat. I just love how, you know, these circles and these, how these lines and dots and stuff come together to create pictures. Beautiful swan. And turn out so neat. Oh, this goes this way. A fly. Isn't that cool? Mother and child, I believe. Jack-o'-lantern. Ladybug. You can see I ran out of my one color. I had to go to a different red. Here we have Pikachu. Beautiful flower. Whitney Houston. She was one of my absolute favorite singers. It was so sad when she died. Oh, what a gorgeous voice. We have a cake. Looks ooey and gooey, doesn't it? A rooster. Here again, ran out of a green. I had to use a different green. I did these quite a while ago. The lines ones, because they are my favorite, I had all them done quite a while ago. So I just had to go through and finish some of the dots. Groucho Marx. Love how this one turned out. Beautiful rose. Yummy looking donuts. Dragon. And a starfish. Marilyn Monroe. And that is it. Then we come to the thank you page and their social media information for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And that is the end of the book. So I have completed another book. Yay! I think, gosh, is this 4 or 5 books now that I have completed of Sun Life drawing? You think I like their books or something? So that is the end of Sun Life drawing. Then I wanted to try the X method of coloring in this Brain Games Pixel Pictures book. There are 104 pictures, color by squares, in this book. And I did this, and I thought it turned out really nice. Now these are the nice little squares. The only problem with these pictures is there are a lot of colors to match up. And sometimes it's easy to, you know, pick out that color, sometimes not so much, because some of these greens are very, very similar. So yeah, but you know, in looking at some of these colors, I don't know if they're all used in here. They must be. Why else would they have them here? The other thing about using the X method in this particular book and some other square books where you color in the squares, they have half squares. So you'll have a square and it's divided in half by a diagonal line. And so the top half of the square is one color and the bottom half is another color. So all I did was I just put a really teeny tiny X in each half, and it turned out okay. So that is the only one that I did in this particular book. So yeah, if you look real close, let me zoom in, you can see what I mean, where they have a diagonal line here. Each half of that square is a different color. And it's just, you know, they do that so that they can make it look more realistic. Give it a little more detail. So, otherwise, this book is a lot of fun. Did a whole bunch in this book. This is another color by number by Bendon Advanced Coloring. This one I did all of the pictures in here that had the squares. I was having so much fun. I just kept going. So yeah, and I think, again, these are not the teeny tiny squares, but I think it turned out really nice. Baseball player, a pitcher. Then we had just a design, and I love the colors in this. Love how that turned out. Beautiful tiger. Okay, there's my tag. And another pattern. And last but not least, pretty autumn picture with a couple of trees. I like these because there's not a lot of colors to match up, you know, and each picture does have a different color palette, but again, there's not a lot of colors to, you know, have to pick in each picture. Now this one too, like the other book, has different shapes. This one is triangles. Then we have circles. And then we have the triangles. And what's the other one? Is it? Yes, it is the hexagons. So, you know, fine liners, gel pens, any of those would work great. Your fine liner is probably the best because you can match up all the different colors, whereas gel pens might be a little bit harder to match up. But yeah, a lot of fun. Now, because I am asked quite often for links to these books that I have colored out of, I always put links to all of these books that I am showing you. So links to these will be down in the description. All of the rest that I have colored this month is my Belba family books, because they are now my favorite. And the little squares. And I always color all of mine now using that X method. So this is their latest book, and it is the Square Mandalas. This is kind of volume 2. It's called Animals in Patterns. As you can see, I colored a lot out of this book this month. So here is the parrot. Now you color the mandala around, and then the animal will be in the middle. And I'm just starting from the beginning of the book, and I'm going to work my way through. Here is the cat picture. Here is the bull, and this is what is on the front cover. So you can see their example of where it's colored in solid, and then mine, which is using the X method and makes it look like counted cross stitch. Love this one too. The butterfly. Almost looks like a quilt pattern, doesn't it? Next one, I love the colors in this too, with the little lizard or chameleon in the middle. And then the last one that I did is this one with the deer, the buck in the middle. I think they should have maybe done a little bit lighter color in the middle because the antlers, the horns get kind of lost, that dark brown against that black. But other than that, I love how the mandala turned out. And then the rest of the book. So yeah, love their latest book, as you can tell. Then we have the other square mandalas. This would be their volume 1. Did a couple in here. Again, love the colors in here. I do love the yellow, green, and blue combo. And then the next one is this pretty rose design. So I thought that turned out nice. Then one of my other favorites is the Wow Cats book. Did a bunch from here. Like the background in this one. Then this cutie pie. And these fluffy kitties. And then the last one I did is this pretty blue-eyed cat. Must be like a Siamese with the butterflies. We have a bunch left to do in that book. Then the mystery mosaics. This one is the dogs. Had to do a dog, you know, after doing all them kitties. And this is the one that I did. Again, all of these Belba books I am doing, Belba family, I should say, I'm doing from front to back. So, and the woman, this again is another one of my favorites. These pictures turn out so awesome. Did this one, thought it was kind of neat for Valentine's Day. Did this one, just got this one finished not too long ago. And then the next one I am still working on, so gotta finish that one yet. These are all done with the Arteza Ink Onyx. They work great in these books. But I did want to get out some of my other fine liners, and I have the 100 set of the Shuttle Art Fineliners. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get those out and try them. They work beautifully in these books. So I did that one, which is also on the cover. So again, you can see how it looks when it's colored in solid versus the colors that I picked out, and it is done in the X method. And I thought that turned out gorgeous. Love it. Here is the next one. And here is a gal driving a car. So this one is, like I said, it's called Passion. So this is just all pictures, things that people are passionate about. She must be passionate about her car. And then he is passionate about his motorcycle. Just finished this one this morning. So, that is the last Belba book that I colored out of. And that is what I all colored this month. It is all color by number for the most part. And then some one-line Sun Life drawing books. So yeah, I was really on a very simplistic type of kick this month. You know, with watching the kids and whatnot, it's, yeah, been a little stressful. So yeah, in the evening I just kicked back, did some very simplistic type of coloring. So yeah, had a real good time with all of these. Again, I will link them down below in the description in case you want to check them out yourself. They are Amazon affiliate links, which means I will just get a little bit of kickback for every purchase that is made through those links at no extra cost to you. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I all colored this last month, the month of February 2020. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I put out new videos. I hope everybody's having a terrific day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.